I'm glad you said that because I feel, now this is just my opinion, right? I feel the mother should have came out and been honest and said that Lulu gave her the money from the beginning to clear all this shit up. Okay? And I heard her say, I don't have to do what people want me to do. I'm going to be silent. You can be silent. And, you know, I don't blame her for being silent when it comes to certain situations. But I feel like she knew people was out here dogging Lulu, saying that Lulu stole the money, Lulu kept the money, but she did not come out here one time and say Lulu gave her the money. That's kind of strange to me.
Right, but whoever it was, I can't point a finger because, like I said, I wasn't there. I wasn't there. I wasn't there. So I can't say she did or she did because I wasn't there. And I'm not going to misjudge nobody because I wasn't there. But once again, like I said, justice for Dro. It gonna always be justice for Dro. Man, if y'all think I ain't gonna ride out by this here, y'all got to be crazy, not y'all rabbit ass mind. If I don't stand up, man, I ain't no fool. I just know how to be quiet and work behind the scenes like I've been doing. I've been working behind the scenes. Been working behind the scenes. But just know, it's gonna always be justice for Dro. That's what his mother say. His queen, his first love. It's gonna always be justice for Dro. So again, y'all keep getting on here with all this foolishness. Don't get on my live with that foolishness. Don't get on here doing that. Have respect for him and have respect for me as his queen. Because to be honest, I ain't got answer to nobody but God.
Me and Lou, this is what we do. We gonna give for gift.
Exactly. This is crazy, though.
I love you, bro.
This is crazy.
I love you. Babe, I love you.
You are everything.
The story, we were told, was of an argument. Of a man who jumped from a moving car during a romantic Christmas getaway. The story came from the last person to see him alive, his girlfriend, Lulu. But from that moment forward, nothing stayed straight. The story changed from a fall at a gas station to a jump to a tragic accident. And while the narrative shifted, action spoke. Tyrone Davis Jr.'s phone, his wallet, his belongings were taken. A bank account he shared with his aunt was drained of $250,000. And just when you think the focus is solely on the girlfriend, the story twists again. The money reportedly finds its way to someone unexpected, Tyrone's mother. A private meeting before a funeral. A family now at war. And whispers that this isn't just a story of a tragic night, but a story of betrayal that may have started long before Tyrone was left on that road. This is not a simple mystery. It's a tangled web of relationships, money, and a search for answers that has torn a family apart. There are so many layers here, and every time we pull one back, something new emerges. This is the story of Tyrone Davis Jr. and the many questions surrounding his death. If you're ready to unravel this with us, subscribe to True Crime Unraveled. We're just getting started. On December 27th, Tyrone T2 Davis Jr., a father, a truck driver, a man known for his motivational spirit, was on a trip with his girlfriend, Lulu. What happened in the hours that followed has become the center of a painful mystery. According to Lulu's account to authorities, they argued. Tyrone asked to get out of the car, and she let him out near the Archer Road Bridge in Gainesville, Florida. She drove to a nearby gas station, saw emergency lights, and returned to find him being helped. But the first people on the scene, a nurse and her husband, saw something that didn't fit that picture. They found Tyrone gravely injured. They noted his personal items, wallet, phone, cash, seemed deliberately placed, not scattered. They saw fresh pizza on the road, but the couple's car was pointed in the opposite direction from their hotel, a detail that made no logistical sense. Most hauntingly, they described Lulu's arrival as calm, rehearsed, as if she was there to get her story straight. And then there's that 911 call. The first word was not fall or jump. It was hit. Hit by a sedan. So, we have to ask, Which version of the truth do we follow? The one from independent witnesses and the initial emergency call, or the one that settled into the official report? This fundamental contradiction is the crack in the foundation of this entire case. To understand the turmoil that followed Tyrone's death, you have to understand the key relationships in his life. Central to that is his mother, Renee. By multiple accounts from close family members, Renee was not the parent who raised Tyrone. It's reported that she left him with his father's family when he was just 10 months old. His aunt, Natasha, and his father, Tyrone Sr., along with the wider Davis family, were the constants. They were the ones, as family friends have said, who raised him, who were there for graduations, who built the man he became. This dynamic explains a lot. Those close to the case have suggested that Tyrone's relationship with his girlfriend, Lulu, might have been influenced by this early maternal absence. The theory posed is that Tyrone, perhaps seeking a love he felt was missing, became deeply attached to Lulu, even in a relationship described by some as volatile. There were reports of past domestic incidents. Some friends said he seemed to be trying to secure a love that was always just out of reach, a pattern that they speculate stemmed from that early abandonment. So when Tyrone died, two women were positioned in very different roles. The mother who gave birth to him but didn't raise him, and the girlfriend who was the last to be with him. This set the stage for what came next. In the devastating aftermath, while the Davis family was mourning and demanding a homicide investigation, other events were moving quickly. It is reported that Lulu took Tyrone's personal belongings, including his phone and credit cards. Then she accessed a specific bank account. This wasn't just any account. It was a joint account belonging to Tyrone and his aunt, Natasha. From this account, approximately $250,000 was withdrawn. Now, this is where the story takes another turn. Reports from sources close to the family allege that Lulu then gave a portion of that money to Tyrone's mother, Renee. This allegation changes everything. It reframes the quietness some observed from Renee in the early days after Tyrone's death. While the Davis family was publicly calling for justice, Renee's relative silence, which some saw as strange for a grieving mother, now had a potential and deeply troubling explanation. This financial move allegedly ignited the open war within the family.
I don't know, how y'all work there when it comes to the law. Just like when I covered Meeks, I didn't want to say too much about the law because I try to be fair. I don't know what the law is there. But what I will say now, the auntie name was on that money, with Dro, right?
Yeah, Donna Davis.
Okay. So the Lulu gave the mama the money. Okay.
Correct.
Now the auntie can take.
That's already been. It's
Okay. Because.
So guess what? They not gonna say nothing. But her friend was in Gigi chat saying that because I was screenshotting everything she said.
Yes, I seen that, but I wasn't sure if it was true.
Also,
so
that
I'm looking at, wait, this can't be true.
Miss Royal D, when she was in that chat, did you really pay attention to what she was saying when they was bringing up the frontal about Lulu not coming to the frontal? The friend I screenshotted, she say, "Oh, Lulu fine. She seen him. She fine. She okay with not coming to the body." That mother did all of that.
But you know what? To be honest, my chat kept telling me when this first broke out, they was like, "D, that mama got that money," and I kept saying, "Y'all think so?" They was like, "Yes, I'm telling you, Lulu."
Now, I didn't think the mama had that money. Did you assume that too, like Royal D panel?
I knew that Lulu. I believed the auntie when she said Lulu took it. I, didn't know how far it went after that. I didn't make any assumptions after that.
Did you guys think Renee had anything to do with this? Press 7 if you thought she did. If you was like, you knew she did it. You know she had something to do with it. I just felt like, why she not speaking out? Like, why you not attacking the Lulu girl? And why you allowing your friend Nikki to disrespect your dead son? I just didn't understand those two. But then y'all was like, she's grieving. That's how people grieve. I'm like, okay.
gave her that money. But what I'm saying, so everything could have been, didn't make Lulu look like a thief. She should at least said, Lulu gave me the money. I mean, you got people out here dragging this girl because people really do think that, Lulu got the money. But the whole time, the mother got the money. So now I'm seeing that's why the mother is so nice to Lulu.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. And from my recollection, someone told me she was there at the funeral home with the mother.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
They saw her give the money to the mother.
Did you hear that? They saw her give the money to the mother.
The money was taken from an account shared with Aunt Natasha, cutting her out entirely. Renee, who reportedly received some of these funds, was now at odds with the very family who raised her son. The outburst began. In one emotional moment caught online, Renee declared, "I'm his mother, not his auntie." A statement that to many listening was less about grief and more about a claim of entitlement. Close family members viewed this as the ultimate betrayal.
I was his first love. People can say what they want to say, but I know about my son's son. The relationship that we had was untouchable. And for all the people speaking on his name negative, man, listen, let me tell y'all something. Y'all might well go hide under a rock. Cause baby, believe I'm gonna get justice for mine. I don't speak like everybody else speak. I'm behind the scenes working. Believe that. It's gonna always be justice for Dro. It's gonna always be justice for Dro. I don't have to get on here and perpetrate and be loud and wrong. But just know it's gonna always be justice for Dro. Just know that. And his voice.
With DJ Nasty 305.
Dro that, you know that for sure that. And when I tell you, it's gonna be justice for Dro till the day I die, to my last breath. When I tell y'all that, y'all better believe that. I don't care what nobody say, what other side of the family say, nobody. I'm speaking for me, his mother, his queen. When I say it's gonna always be justice for Dro, it's gonna always be justice for Dro. I would never lay down on none of mine. I ain't never laid down, and I ain't gonna never lay down. I ain't laid down on the rest, and I damn sure ain't gonna lay down on this one. So y'all keep on with the negativity. Talking about the mama don't never get on here. I'm on here now. I'm on here now. I'm on here now. And I'm gonna speak what I got to speak. This the first part. This the first part. I'm gonna give you something else to talk about real soon. Don't ask me nothing about Lulu. Cause guess what? In due time, the truth gonna come out. I wasn't there, y'all wasn't there, wasn't nobody there but Dro, Lulu, and God. So don't ask me nothing about Lulu. If you want to know anything about Lulu, go and ask her.
Florida, this is Sean with Kennedy.
Just know that. Go ask her.
As a matter of fact,
don't get on my post asking me nothing about Lulu. If you ain't here for me and Dro, don't ask me nothing. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Don't ask me nothing about no Lulu. If you ain't on here for justice for Dro, for Renee Dips, Tyrone Davis Jr., kick rocks. Get off my post. I done lost 3 of my kings, and I ain't got the answer to now one of you motherfuckers. Not when it come to mines. But when it come to mines, believe I'm going all the way out. You see how I put him away? That ought to tell you something right there. The way I put him away, his repast, that ought to tell you. And wherever my son go, he always bring the city out because he was that nigga. He gonna always be that nigga. He dead, he's still that nigga. Believe that. I'm gonna always do what I gotta do for all mines and grandkids. So all that shit y'all talking, take that, you could get up out of here with that. Stay tuned for part 2. This part 1. This part one. Because since y'all say the mama don't never get on here and speak, but I'm speaking now, I don't have to be loud. But I'm going to be loud about justice for Dro. I'm going to do that till the day I die. It's always going to be justice for Dro. And let me tell you another thing. For all you haters, for all you naysays, just know, stay tuned for part 2. And listen, another thing, if you ain't love my son in real life, and I'm talking about real life, y'all ain't nothing but some ass kissers, dick riders. Sorry for my French, but I ain't gonna sit here and let y'all. He a living legend. I ain't gonna sit here and let y'all mess up his name. His legacy is gonna always live on through me. And I'm gonna make sure that. I don't care. They can't get to me. See, that's the problem. They thought they could, getting on here on Facebook saying all this stupid foolishness about the mama don't say this, the mama don't say that, the mama don't say this. I don't have to be loud. I ain't the auntie, I'm the mama. Remember that. I ain't the auntie, I'm the mama. The mama that carried him for 9 months. Had a C-section. Was in labor with him. Okay? I'm the mama. Can't nobody come through the mama. Nobody. Nobody. And ain't nobody come before the mama. Nobody. But just know it's gonna be justice for Dro.
From their perspective, the mother who wasn't present for his life was now, allegedly, benefiting from his death, aligned with the woman at the center of the mystery. People are now asking the hard question, did Renee's loyalty shift because of money? Did she, as some now accuse, connive with Lulu to benefit from Tyrone's death? The tension exploded into public view at Tyrone's funeral. It's reported that Renee quietly arranged for Lulu to visit the funeral home for a private viewing before the service, before the rest of the Davis family arrived. A source claimed to have seen an exchange of money between them there. Then, during the service itself, Tyrone's father, Tyrone Sr., gave a raw, powerful eulogy stating plainly, "My son was murdered." The contrast was stark. Later, Renee had an emotional outburst. But some family and attendees have since said that display was just that, a display. They've alleged she was intoxicated, that it was a performance. Whether that's true or not, it highlighted the deep rift. One side demanding justice as a homicide, the other initially accepting the accident narrative. The allegations of financial maneuvering cast a long shadow over every interaction. That private meeting before the funeral now looked less like a moment of shared grief and more, to the suspicious eye, like a transaction. A settling of accounts. So, where does the official investigation stand? For a long time, the family felt the local investigation was stalled, that their calls for a deeper look were being ignored. But there's a significant update. Reports now suggest the case has attracted federal attention. The FBI may be involved.
Ooh, Rob is here. Hey, Rob.
What's up, G?
How you doing? Tamala Rob is here.
What's up, Kamala? How y'all doing? What's poppin'?
Okay, Mr. Barry White, you better go ahead now.
Come on, walk us down.
Yeah, so like I told you last time, it's definitely the feds are in town.
I told you.
I just say that. But a lot of things, like I was telling you last time, they already know everything, but the little things that I do have insight on, I kind of like gave you like an insight on about everything, how it's way bigger than what we think it is. And like I told you, the source that I heard certain things from about the feds and everything, and about a lot of people about the feds being in town, and a lot of people is involved in this case, and it's about to be a real major case. But a lot of things are unfolding like behind the scenes as we're speaking now. But the fact that it's things that we don't even know, like the public don't even know. You know what I'm saying? But it's to the point where it's like, no doubt about it, Lulu is done for sure. Everything else that they're finding out is a lot of people. It's a lot of money going to a lot of different places. So people who we never expected is being drugged into it. People who cop online and going to push out a narrative for Lulu, implicating them into it blindly, not knowingly. Like, see, they fucked up when they just thought they was going to do what they did and get away with it, and not understand the element of the major charges that they was bringing themselves into. The whole phone thing, that's what was the major downfall. Keeping all his phones and all that shit, that's not your possessions. If anything, why wasn't that in his property? You kept all of that. Bank cards, credit cards, the money moving information. When the money went to moving, that's when everything was activated. So the fact that even to the point with how she manipulated the elements of the media and just like doing certain things with his pages and all type of shit, the feds are a part of all elements of social media. So all the shit that you doing behind closed doors and all the shit that you putting out to the public, that's why she never came out verbally herself and said anything or did anything, because she was already contacted. But just to like push the narrative and everything, like I said about the insurance money thing, and then how you implicated yourself, because the insurance people, they got to do an investigation by themselves. No matter what the narrative is, they're gonna do their own investigation. So she fucked the elements of the family and different parts and different people, like that I don't know how she doing it or the way she doing it, but it's a big money trail. And I'll just leave it at that. But a lot of dominoes about to fall. So it's the case is way bigger than we think it is, and how the media have it and how the news people putting it out there is definitely not what it is. All type of foul play was involved, and not just from Lulu's side. Phone data, everything. And like I told you, the feds got a 99% conviction rate. So when they hit you, they're gonna hit you, and you ain't coming out of it.
I have a question for you, Rob.
Shoot.
Could that be possibly the reason why the local police said that, as far as they're concerned, there's no investigation, because they knew that it had went to the higher ups?
Yeah, it's out of their hands at this point. It's out of their hands. Like it's just bigger. It's bigger than what we think it is. And you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna see everything unfold in real time. But just like how I told y'all before, remember when I said nothing happened the way it happened? Joe's body was moved. Whatever happened, wherever it happened, it didn't happen in the element of close proximity. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They deliberately created and like orchestrated this whole situation. And that's why I said for her, like, she got so many elements of charges that's about to come up on her. I don't even see her seeing the light of day. When you so rooted behind like just like money, when she went the hospital, and that's not a key element you gotta also understand. When she came back to the crime scene, remember how I was telling you about the codes and everything that they were saying, and the reason why they didn't give his name information to her, because the hospital contacted law enforcement also, due to the contact of there was his injuries to the contract of what they were saying or the narrative that was saying, and from the medical examiners, how his brain was shattered. They already had suspicion already, so they already contacted, because there's a protocol for hospital.
Oh, yes, it is.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
And so that's what I was saying.
Go ahead.
That's what I was saying, Rob, when I was telling Gigi, your skull is your hammock. And for somebody to hit that skull like that and break it in and to the point where you smash in parts of the brain, come on now. That's some, and then when they can't put, a medical examiner cannot put a time of death or what the problem was, on there. They can't even say it's an accident. They can't.
Exactly.
So his death certificate ain't even got anything on it yet. So nobody can get paid out on an insurance claim at this very moment.
And that should tell you everything you need to know right then and there. Because why is that certificate not even, if it was what it was, right? Everything should be signed, sealed, and delivered. But it ain't.
Right. The medical examiner couldn't put that on there. And everybody know any other type of medical examiner can put that on there.
Exactly. Because whoever he or she is, will be fired and in prison.
Oh, yes.
But I just hopped on here and seen y'all online. I just wanted to give you those little gems here. But y'all have a nice night.
Thank you so much, Rob.
Thanks, Rob. Good night. Good night.
That was Rob, y'all, dropping by. All right, TW, you got something to say?
This is critical because federal investigators, the feds, have vast resources and a conviction rate that is notoriously high. They also pursue financial crimes aggressively. And that's the key here. Even if the direct cause of Tyrone's death remains medically complex, the actions after his death may provide a path to justice. Lulu could face serious federal charges for bank fraud, identity theft, and wire fraud for allegedly draining that joint account. In the legal world, financial crimes like these can be used to establish motive and intent for broader schemes. Why would she take that money so quickly unless she knew he wasn't coming back? Furthermore, if it's proven Renee knowingly received stolen funds, she could be implicated as an accessory after the fact. We also know the hospital filed a report. This is standard procedure when the injuries don't align with the story given. They saw the massive trauma to Tyrone's head and heard a story about a fall or a jump, and their duty was to flag it. That report is likely part of why this case hasn't gone away. So, why do fingers point so firmly at Lulu and now at Renee? The evidence, as it stands in the court of public opinion and seemingly in the eyes of investigators, is a pile of contradictions. The changing stories, the suspicious scene described by witnesses, the immediate seizure of assets, the movement of a vast sum of money from a shared account to the mother, allegedly bypassing the co-owner, the perceived alignment between the girlfriend and the mother against the rest of the family. It paints a picture not just of a tragic accident, but of a series of deliberate, calculated actions following a death that itself remains shrouded in doubt. The tragedy of Tyrone Davis Jr. is multi-layered. It's the loss of a young father. It's the mystery of his final hours. And it's the subsequent unraveling of trust, allegedly fueled by $250,000. What began under a bridge in Gainesville has become a story about the stories we tell, the alliances we form, and the lengths some may go to when money and survival are on the line. The Davis family continues to fight for the truth they believe in, that Tyrone was murdered. The involvement of federal authorities suggests there is substance to their fight that goes beyond just a family's grief. This is now a case about financial trails, digital footprints, and the painful question of who truly had Tyrone's best interests at heart. This community is vital. We've read every single comment on our YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok channels. Keep them coming. Your perspectives and scrutiny are part of keeping this story alive. So, what do you think? How do you piece together the contradictions? Does the money trail change your view of the key players? Help us continue to unravel stories that demand attention. If this deep dive held you, please give this video a thumbs up. It makes a real difference. Subscribe to True Crime Unraveled on YouTube and hit the bell. Follow True Crime Unraveled TV on Facebook and TikTok for more updates. The search for clarity in Tyrone's story is far from over, and we'll be here, following every lead. Thank you for watching and for being part of this pursuit.